Well, howdy. Mountain Man Dave here, high in the mountains of eastern Utah on a late season elk hunt, looking for cow elk. I want to tell you about a concealed weapons permit class that I recently took from gunclassutah.com. Well worth your time. I'd give Phil's gunclassutah.com 5 out of 5 stars. One of the things I liked about the class was Phil's relatability. You know, he could talk about firearms issues and concealed weapons situations as a 30-year law enforcement veteran. He could speak with authenticity and knowledge of instead of hypotheticals of what if. That makes a difference when you got a question of, well, what about this situation? Well, he could relate it to real life situations that he's handled as a law enforcement officer and give some knowledgeable, concise, clear answers as to what if in this situation or that, which makes a big difference.
So he goes, I'm gonna kill you, mother effer, you're both dead, and I have a gun.
Now, not every state requires a concealed weapons permit. The state of Utah, in the last couple of years, has become a constitutional carry state. That means you don't have to have a concealed weapons permit. However, when you go into some states, you do have to have that permit. And Utah's permit is accepted in many of the states. So I recommend Phil's class so that you've got that concealed weapons permit in your wallet for that added protection and legality in this litigious world that we live in these days. Well worth your time, well worth the little bit of money it takes, and well worth the vast amount of knowledge you'll come out of that class with. So if you've got a hankering for a concealed weapons permit, get your Utah concealed weapons permit by contacting Gun Class Utah.
Okay, safe draw of a firearm, all right? So when you draw a gun, when you go to attach, you just want to have your hand on the grip and you want to be all the way up on this back strap of the gun.
Well, he came right to where we wanted him to do the class. He came to one of our residents, taught me and my 2 daughters our concealed weapons permit class for the state of Utah. He was well prepared, covered the material, made it interesting. Years ago, I took a concealed weapons class from another instructor, and it wasn't quite the same. You know, he was a civilian. He didn't have any real life experience with concealed weapon situations, and it wasn't near as interesting as Phil's class. So Phil, we're talking to Phil Snyder. Phil, tell me a little bit about why should somebody take your concealed carry class over some of the others that are out there?
Well, my classes offer hands-on training. So when we do firearms drills, we'll dry fire in a classroom setting, and we do offer a range live fire. So immediately after the class, we'll go over to the range at T&T gun range and do some pistol drills on them, and that's going to give them a good jump start of concealed carry. Also, I've been in law enforcement for 30 years this coming May.
Phil Snyder with Gun Class Utah is a certified firearms instructor. He's got SWAT training. He's taught classes all the way from the state of Washington to the state of Florida and Utah in between. And he comes to you. Comes prepared as well. It's a one-stop class. He does photographs and fingerprints, and then he delivers your application packet to BCI for you. So there's nothing left for you to do except wait for your concealed weapons permit.
And I think probably the other reason is a lot of people like the fact that we can do, it's a one-stop class. They'll come here, they'll do our class, they'll get fingerprints and photographs, and they'll get all that done in one shot, leaving them nothing else to do. And we did all that for everybody here today, and I'll hand deliver your packets to BCI on Monday.
Take it from Mountain Man Dave. It works for me. It'll work for you.